podcast where we dive into the vibrant world of social interactions and connections. Join us as we explore fascinating topics, share engaging stories, and interview incredible guests who are making waves in their communities. Whether you're looking to enhance your social skills or just enjoy some lively conversations, this is the place for you. Tune in and get ready to elevate your social game.
Well, hello, people. Damn, everybody dipped. Well, as y'all can see,
I had to get some Oreos, man. Fuck that.
I just turned around and your ass was gone. I was like, God damn. One
I
minute
want
you're
some
here
Oreos.
and next minute you're not.
They call me Flash Gordon, player.
Hey, man, say, man.
Yes, welcome, peoples. Welcome, welcome. Hope everyone is doing well. Feeling all right. Just about to grind up some fresh greenery to help improve the scenery. I had to clean the vape. Hygiene is importante. Gotta have that whistle ready in case shit gets out of line. Talk about top flight security of the world.
Boy, you ignorant.
Now, we locking all of this shit down. You hear me? You want to shop in this
Appreciate-
plaza, you got to go through me.
Appreciate everybody coming in and kicking it with us today on this beautiful Tuesday, beautiful Wednesday for him.
Yeah, beautiful Wednesday. Sun is shining. Yeah, the weather is sweet.
It just started raining out here, but it's cool for the majority of the day. Weather was nice. No complaints.
Nice. Very nice.
Besides that, I had to go to work and not enjoy it.
I have a question for you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And hello, kitty. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? What of these two of my medicines should I partake in getting ready to, ground up and stuff?
Yeah, might as well because today's episode is gonna be about ganja. What they say,
Superbly. Superbly dusky.
and
Superbly
bliss.
blissy. I'll read the finer print. You got the blissy is 22% THC, banana OG, indica hybrid. The superbly dusky is 25 THC, THC, vanilla cream cookies, both hybrids.
Both indica hybrids.
22, 25.
I mean, being in the industry, you can't go by no all the time. But
True.
I ain't gonna lie.
Red or orange? How about that?
I'd be going with that banana OG.
Banana Rama. Let's go. All right. And just like that.
Our third host will be popping in soon.
He was sitting on Jesus's lap before.
Yeah, I don't know why he was sounding like that.
And just for comedic sake, Jesus is not Jesus, a big Hispanic dude. We was talking about like the Lord. But I was sitting on Jesus's lap.
But today's episode is going to be about ganja. We couldn't be a podcast about weed if we don't talk about weed. You see what I'm saying? So if you got it, like always, grab your blunts, bones, papers, wax, weed, vapes, whatever you need to make a high nigga pie, and we gonna enjoy this here ride. Other than that, man, I had to work today. It was actually smooth, man.
Ooh.
Shipment came in, only had 4 boxes, knocked that shit out with no problem at all. Just sitting around there chilling, joking and shit.
That's what's up.
Pretty
Sounds
much
like a
trying
smooth
to,
day.
just getting up on about it, man, because I really ain't want to be there in the first place.
You are transitioning to a better place. No, we're talking about weed today. Leave that alone. You don't want to be in my
Hey,
head.
Tatted.
You don't want to be in my head right now. No.
I'm sure, like, what he laughing at? I don't see nothing. Did I miss something?
No. See, but if I tell you that I'm going into it, I'm not going to go into it. But look, the dialogue in the was, again, comedic sake only. You were transitioning today's times as words, definitions get manipulated and, repurposed.
Mm-hmm.
Usually people talk about transition.
All right.
Okay, so that's what I was saying. As soon as I said it, I heard it, and I was like, leave it alone.
All right. The
So
young man,
what'd you say? Transmission.
the young man kind of made me forget what I was doing.
I got called young. He lying to me. You ain't even got to cut me to see my age. Look at the fur. Look at the fur. Now, unlike
I can't
some, I
even.
mean, I still got it clearly, well and thick. But the color just said, "We out."
Yeah, man, I'm starting to do that.
I tell you what, I fucking burst out with laughter, just crying in the mirror when I had the first at the South Pole. I was like, no, no, Lord, why now? I'm not even 75. Why?
Motherfucker said it is time. Nigga, 75.
That's the only time I'm allowed, like, grays, whites down there now. Got to be 75. Then they call me Mr. Janssen. The J is silent. You go to old man Janssen's farm. See now, overcast days never turn me on. I'll go from a joke to a prick song, let me tell you.
Sir, I don't know what to say to you.
How do you think my thoughts feel?
I can only imagine. I can only imagine, sir. Like, you be on one.
I ain't crazy. Kitty, don't you start with me now. I ain't crazy.
You right. He's special.
Row,
Man,
your elevator.
just be young crazy.
Who the fuck out here rowing elevators? Look across, seeing the lagoon. 3 kids with helmets on, rowing an elevator.
Hell nah.
Oh shit.
As the old folks say, let me wet my whistle real quick.
Ooh, shiny there, shiny.
Real though, it felt like I was talking ashy.
I hate that sometimes after a smoke. I could feel the ashy Larry just across the lips too. Lotion everywhere. But it looked like I just took 3 bites consecutive back to back of a fucking powdered donut. Oh, especially when you smoke and then brush the gun, or either way that happens. Smoke, brush, smoke, and if it's too close together, it you thought peanut butter made your mouth dry.
That's why I gotta do something in between, no matter which way I do
it. Factuals.
But I ain't had no powdered donut in so long.
Wait, looking like you kissed the cheek of the White Walker.
This man here.
My bad. I'm a good man, I swear. I stand by it.
Yeah, man. I think our boy going through it right now with the electronics.
Oh, he can't even log back in, or?
I don't know what's going on. I think all electronics decided to take a stand against that man tonight.
Damn, at the same time.
The only part of the Game of Thrones that's good to watch it is fucking the first season. After that, I throw this shit away.
Oh, you're not a fan of incest? What?
Story just got booty after that.
Oh, it had peaks and valleys.
Couldn't even tell you. I ain't even make it through the last part of this shit.
I finally get to have my slice.
But that hiding a pie. But that first season though
has some ashy lit parts. Wait, Kitty, instead of describing them as dry parts, nah, ashy lit parts.
What was the author of that shit? R. Martin or some shit? Was it George R. Martin or some shit like that? I don't know. He should have finished that shit himself. They took that man vision and just said, have fun.
Vikings was dope.
I wanted to watch that. I just never took the time to watch that joint. You want to know what had another good first season? American Gods.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
First season was lovely. Man. I hate they kicked damn. I can remember his real name, but I was gonna call a nigga about his name. Dr. Lee. Was that it? And when he was a band director? Yeah, but Anansi, that man. From the time he like really gave his backstory from when that man had hit the boat to the time him, Shiva and what was it, Ra? I want to say, I could be wrong, but when they had met up at the morgue, Anubis.
Yeah.
And they met up at the morgue. Anyway, I see what God I'm rocking with. I got Anubis right here, tatted, big and bold. Yeah, man. I just knew they was gonna give us some powerful shit from him. They gave us them tutelage and said, nigga, you gotta go.
Shows what you can do with the right words and a little bit of time.
Man, cause he hit the points on both of them. He spoke nothing but facts.
Yo.
I was gonna do a lot of this stuff like around here, but I keep telling people, I done got too old to be out here taking that pain like that. I'm straight. Y'all can have them tattoos and shit now. At one point in time, I was addicted to this shit. I was getting a tattoo like every other weekend. Then one day I just woke up and said, you know what? I could be spending this money on something else. And I never looked back, nigga.
Today, I'm just unplugging and plugging some other stuff in. So that's ready for the next one. Get these changed over. Yes. Oh, and old man Duggets, Coach Duggets, hooped last night in an over 40s league. Have a usual Tuesday evening game.
And
For
didn't
those
pull
that
nothing.
didn't pull a damn thing. Well, I don't count after the game, right?
No, come on, doing the
Okay.
game.
During the game. Cool. Yeah, now I ain't pulling nothing. Yeah, so now a couple tray balls, a couple good moves under the rim, a couple good passes, a couple passes not completed, some no lookers and things. But got the grand final next week, and I might get a little nice shiny sticker, ribbon of participation. I mean,
Think
it
you
might.
might
Sorry.
a sticker.
Oh no! I'm just being facetious. Like,
What kind of winning system do y'all got down there in Australia? Y'all giving out stickers,
No.
nigga?
You wait, yo, bro, you win anti venom. Yo, here's something for in case you get bit by some shit that might bite you out here. Good game. You get me right? That's not a bad idea.
I would actually be all right with that.
Like, I get 6 months supply of spider bites, anti venoms. Yes,
Nigga.
yes.
Some folks out there gonna
Motherfuckers be
take
out
that
there
as
hustling, playing defense, full court.
nigga.
I'm too old for this. I need you to get about my face now, player.
How? Is it a lot of animals out there that is venomous?
So I'll put it to you like this. Yes, there are, but you still kind of like, I feel like in all the places that I've lived, I've only ever come across a few like redback spiders kind of thing, like, black widows, whatever you want to call them. I've seen a few kangaroos, never had like one intrude the property or some shit like that. No vehicular accidents with them, but I know people who have. Even my flatmate, he hit a wallaby on one of the road trips earlier this year. Like shit like that does happen. But again, like I haven't had snakes in the house or snakes on the property. I haven't been bitten by anything myself where I've gotten, sick or anything like that. And I've been here for 22 years and I'm a pretty decent sized target if something want to strike me. So yeah, like I feel like for some of that stuff, you kind of have to be like looking for it. You got to have the unkept grass and shit like that or whatever. Got to be walking through the woods or,
Making my way downtown.
Right. Something bit me. Some bitch. I was just heating up some food. Yes, ma'am. Go get it. Motherfucker, I was just trying to go frolicking and this snake said, fuck my couch.
Man.
Wouldn't that be messed up? Oh, I suppose stuff like that does happen. Look at Mr. Irwin. Shit. I was gonna say, imagine like just being like a reptile person and just literally just having a day off and you just walking out in the grass and then just motherfucker come get you and that's that. And I was like, well, the man that loved freaking all animals was swimming and that happened.
What a twist.
Yeah. What a twist to the tale. Do you have another?
Oh, man.
You seem to be gifted at narration and storytelling. Please continue.
For this man, but I'm starting to run out of random shit to talk about.
Oh no, I have so many things we could bring up. We would be here for hours.
Well, talk away, Rafinky.
I know the goddamn way. Nah, this motherfucker do need to hurry up. This motherfucking old black marble head having ass. Smooth finish.
Nigga, technology is not on that nigga's side today at all. Hope everything it does end up going well for my brother, though, man.
Nah, for sure. No ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Until then, we're gonna talk shit about him.
Just a little bit. I mean, the presence of absence isn't the absence of presence. You know what I'm saying?
I smell you.
Oh man, that's the part. Is if he's listening to this shit, he gotta be rolling like these motherfuckers. Oh, just because he can't log in don't mean he can't hear it.
I don't know what. Yeah, he gonna figure it out. He's a smart man.
Oh, yo, and how's this? So a few of the guys that like I coached this last season, we're gonna get together, do some off-season training. So they got some space booked for the weekend. We're gonna start this weekend. Looking forward to it.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that ass,
Coaching don't stop.
get that ass in better shape.
I mean, first of all, if you could please reword that, my soul would feel better. But
Not at
yeah, I
all.
mean, that is
Not
the
at all.
plan. That is the plan. Oh, I may not have told you because I haven't spoken to you since, but I got a membership last week.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so this particular spot is called Housed, and a number of their locations have basketball and like gym and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and they're opening up like a bunch more locations. So yeah, man, looking forward to seeing how nice this get in time. I know it won't be an immediate impact,
Yeah. Gotta take that
uh,
time to get good results.
but no, I mean I'll just be around the courts more now anyway. And I got some people my age to whoop on, so got to get into some whooping shape. Oh yeah, there's his foot. There's his foot.
I think that man probably had to reset everything.
I mean, there's only so many times he's gonna survive electrocuting himself like that. Some people
Fuck
gonna think he got a problem, man.
you. Fucked up.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That car battery has had enough.
Well,
Get
I'm done. Oh,
you done?
yeah.
All right.
So I wanna actually smoke while we watch this. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into this real quick.
Hey.
Learn about cannabis and how we could be using it the wrong way.
Interesting. I'm sure I am.
Did you know that in ancient India, cannabis wasn't just a plant, it was called Vijaya, meaning victory over suffering, or that Egyptian priests secretly used it to speak with gods? Even the Bible hints at it. Psalm 104:14 says, "He makes plants for the service of man." Rastafarians believe this refers to cannabis. But here's the shocking truth. We've been using it wrong for centuries. Modern science now proves what shamans knew all along. Weed doesn't just relax you. It rewires your brain to access higher states of consciousness. UCLA studies show it boosts alpha waves, the same brain frequencies found in deep meditation. Johns Hopkins discovered high doses can trigger ego death just like psychedelics. And Israeli research found 70% of PTSD patients healed by facing their while high. But there's a catch. Most people use weed to escape pain. They smoke, laugh, and forget. But ancient mystics used it to remember, to see past illusions, awaken psychic abilities, and even activate Kundalini energy. Thoth, the Egyptian god of wisdom, hid a secret ritual in his texts, one that could raise your vibration permanently with just one use. And today, for the first time, we're revealing it.
You'll enjoy this. So without it like even going like further into the video, and no, I have not pre-watched this. Like that opening minute 40, let me tell you, that's been like within reason my journey with weed, like very well articulated in a short snippet. Earlier in life, it was absolutely an escape. I wanted to smoke to get high, to get giggles, to get the munchies, to just, be a fucking goofball. And as I got older and like, more self aware, wanting to change certain, things, work on things, face some things, then it was like realizing that like, the way I process shit is like very, fast paced and can be overwhelming and shit. And so smoking slows my brain down just that little bit, not dulling it, just, dialing it back from, 12 back down to like, maybe like a nice little manageable 8 or something. And then like, that a lot has allowed me to, yeah, fucking deal with CPTSD and, childhood and all that kind of lovely shit. And now like when I smoke, even smoking, now with y'all here and, when I do it in my leisure, it's like, it's for a much different like purpose and like hasn't been used for an escape for a long time. So yeah, just like a different connection and an actual like evolution of like the relationship with smoking and like what it means to me.
I feel you. Yeah. I mean, that actually is it's relatable. So you know what I'm saying. Kind of agree with everything you were saying. So now it's more so. It's more so now for me like a way of life. You know what I'm saying. I really don't need it. It's times and days I don't really smoke. I don't
Yep.
get high at work like that, like people would think I would. Used to, but not anymore. Like some days I will, some days I won't. It just depends on how I feel when I before I get there.
Yep. And like in mix with that, I would add to that, there are like obviously those situations where, you know, for whatever reason you just can't have it. And it's like people almost that like, oh, that automatically means I'm gonna be uncomfortable or have a bad day or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm not addicted to it. I don't feel like I have to have it, but I do prefer how I function when I do using it. Again, if it was like, and that's a part of like the being self-aware and honest with yourself, right? Like if it was to a point where, you know, maybe a harsh example, but I'm sure the comparison's been made many times. Someone that like over drinks, right? You start over drinking, you slur, you can't drive, you become completely like useless, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Some people get
sir.
abusive, all the rest, all the other things that can go with that, right? For me, I smoke and I do my work. You know, it's not stopping me from doing the important things in life. So if it was, and then I was still choosing to do that, I would, you know, kind of have to face the music of, well, shit, no, like that's fucking me up. But the ability to function, you know, fine without it, but acknowledging it like that helped to build the bridge to deal with some funky shit where I don't think I would have been able to necessarily like just sit there, you know, sober minded and go through those things. Not to mention, what's the alternative? Taking prescription pills. And what do all prescription pills have? Negative side effects. So, yeah, I think I chose the right route.
I don't do man-made drugs, so I can have that crap. But it's always one thing I always told myself I would never be. And that's a fucking pothead. Pothead is a person that gets high and don't do shit. And I was like, yeah, no, I never had
Mm.
that label on my back. I do a damn good job being high and getting shit done.
Hey, but now
I
this
feel
man
like
has been patiently waiting for us. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
it'll be all right. Where he going? Where he got to go?
If you've ever smoked and felt time slow down or suddenly understood life's deeper meaning, that wasn't just a high. That was your soul waking up. But without the right intention, weed can become a trap, dulling your energy, lowering your vibration, and keeping you stuck. That's why you need to watch until the end. Because what if I told you there's a way to use cannabis just once, not to get high, but to stay high, to unlock visions, heal, and access a state of peace that lasts even when you're sober? This isn't theory. It's ancient science backed by modern research. And it's waiting for you in this video.
Kind of believe it because it has been some days where I ain't even smoke, but it feel like I've still been high.
Mm,
So I think I kind of understand what the fuck you talking about.
definitely.
Video, don't skip ahead. Every minute matters. And if you're ready to transform how you see this sacred plant, hit like, subscribe, and
See,
let's
that's one
begin.
thing. The voice
Your
definitely
higher
feels like an
self
AI
is
voice.
waiting.
It
For
is.
thousands of
Yeah,
years,
and that to me
cannabis
takes a
wasn't
little
just
bit
a
away from
plant.
the
It was a
thing, but
sacred
you
bridge
know,
to the divine. The ancient Hindus called it Vijaya, meaning the conqueror of suffering, and wrote about it in their
some
oldest
long
spiritual
tongues.
texts, the Vedas, over 3,000 years ago. They believed it could dissolve fear,
Okay, now.
open the mind to higher wisdom, and even help people
I'm done.
communicate with
Good day,
gods.
good sir.
Meanwhile, in
Oh
Egypt,
shit.
priests burned cannabis as incense during rituals, and some researchers
Okay,
believe the legendary Book of
all
Thoth,
right.
a secret text of mystical knowledge, may have
You see
contained
this
cannabis
kitty?
rituals for awakening the soul.
You
Even
see
the
this
Bible
kitty?
hints at its
This is
spiritual
what
use
we got
when
to
it
deal with.
mentions herb for the service of man. But here's what most people don't know. Cannabis wasn't used to escape reality. It was used to see reality clearly. Modern science now confirms what the ancients knew. THC, the active compound in weed, interacts with our brain's endocannabinoid system, the same system that regulates mood, memory, and even spiritual experiences. Studies from UCLA show that cannabis increases alpha brain waves, the same waves found in deep meditation and creative flow states. Another study from Johns Hopkins found that high doses of THC
Touching
can
everything.
create experiences similar to near-death revelations or mystical awakenings, where people were being one with the universe. So why did this sacred knowledge disappear? Because powerful forces didn't want people waking up. In the 20th century, governments banned cannabis, calling it dangerous, but the real danger was its power to free the mind. Today, most people use weed to relax from themselves, but the ancients used it to remember, to break through illusions, heal deep wounds, and connect to something greater.
Have you ever forgot some shit, but then remember when you smoke some weed? So a lot of the stuff is relatable, but it's actually true. You take that shit with a grain of take that shit with a grain of salt.
Well, yeah, like for like a personal joint would be like I've gotten high and meditated, and the shit has felt like out of body. Like I'm not super flexible or anything like that. I ain't trying to make you think I'm sitting there in some lotus pose or some shit. Nah, I was sitting in a chair, but like nah, I'm just being honest. Got to be honest, man. But yeah, man, like
This nigga said lotus pose. Hell no.
Yeah, it was very good to say the least. Yeah.
The Rastafarians, who still treat cannabis as a holy sacrament, say it opens the third eye and brings true wisdom. If you've ever smoked and suddenly understood life in a new way, that wasn't just a chemical reaction. That was your soul getting a glimpse of truth. But without the right intention, weed can keep you stuck in loops of distraction. The secret isn't in the plant itself. It's in how you use it. And that's what we'll explore next. Because this isn't just getting high. It's about getting free. Your brain contains a secret spiritual pathway called the endocannabinoid system, and cannabis holds the key to unlocking it. This natural system in your body controls everything from mood to memory to how you perceive reality. When THC from cannabis enters your bloodstream, it doesn't just make you feel relaxed. It literally changes how your brain processes information. Scientists at Stanford University discovered that regular cannabis users show increased connectivity between brain regions, explaining why many report enhanced creativity and spiritual insights. Ancient yogis in India understood this thousands of years before modern science. They developed special breathing techniques to be used with cannabis that could induce states of samadhi, the highest form of meditation. Today, brain scans show cannabis activates the same frontal lobe areas that light up inexperienced meditators. A 2021 study, published in Scientific Reports, found that just one session of cannabis use could temporarily increase gamma brain waves, the fastest brain waves associated with peak concentration and spiritual awakening experiences. But there's a crucial difference between recreational and spiritual use. When researchers at University College London compared casual users to those who used cannabis intentionally for spiritual growth, they found the spiritual group reported more profound, mystical experiences and lasting positive life changes. This explains why indigenous cultures from Jamaica to Siberia always used cannabis in sacred rituals rather than casual settings. The Cherokee people, for example, would only smoke during vision quests after days of fasting and prayer. Modern neuroscience now confirms what these ancient traditions knew. Cannabis works best for spiritual awakening when combined with intention and preparation. A 2022 study showed that setting clear intentions before cannabis use significantly increased the likelihood of having meaningful insights. This may be why so many people report life-changing realizations when using cannabis mindfully, from overcoming fears to discovering their life's purpose. The plant doesn't create these revelations.
So I would attest to that in experiences of, like, first of all, as I shared before, like me within myself and, like, the journey of weed, but then like how I've seen and gotten feedback of other people at times close to me experiencing it. And like, man, 100%. Like I'm sitting there telling somebody before we smoke, they're like, oh man, like I heard it makes you paranoid. Like, man, my heart's probably gonna like be beating out of my chest. Like, like you sure? You sure? Like, dude, smoke all the fucking time and don't have an issue with it. But if you go into it thinking that, you know what I'm saying, that's what's gonna happen, it probably will. And if the weed is good, it's probably gonna feel like fucking intense. Like it's probably gonna be intense too. Man, dude smokes. I'm all right. I'm all right. Hey, are any of you guys okay to drive? I mean, yeah, but where do we need to go? Look, you don't need to panic or nothing like that. I don't need you to call the ambulance, but like my chest. And I'm like, yeah, dude, you went through like a little bit of a coughing fit. Like, Like, yeah, your chest is gonna be, hurting a bit. Yeah, no, I just, I'm like, how like an hour ago we were sitting there talking about, yeah, dude, like we drove to the hospital and sat in the car park, and they're just like, yeah, all right, you good now? Like you kind of fucking up my eye. But yeah, no, setting the intention beforehand definitely I think is an important factor when not just using it to, yeah, as you said, not just being recreational with it. Oh, shall.
Yeah, that's why I don't mess with sativas. That shit there make me paranoid like a motherfucker. I can have that shit. Whoever out there like to smoke that sativa shit, I know. Hearing shit,
See, because this is
hearing folks calling my goddamn name, phone ringing before the phone ring and shit. Like, nah, I'm straight. Y'all can have it.
I'm on two hybrids now, and yeah, it's interesting. I don't feel that way.
She's just weird.
Oh, I know
Connections.
that.
It simply removes mental blocks so you can access wisdom that was always there. The most fascinating discovery comes from research on the default mode network, the part of your brain responsible for your sense of self. Cannabis temporarily quiets this network, which explains why users often report ego dissolution and feelings of oneness with the universe. This same effect is seen in advanced meditators and people having near-death experiences. When your sense of I fades, what remains is pure awareness, the essence of spiritual awakening. This may be why so many spiritual traditions, from Sufism to Rastafarianism, have used cannabis as a sacred tool for centuries. When you smoke cannabis with spiritual intention, something remarkable happens to your sense of self. That voice in your head that constantly judges, worries, and analyzes begins to quiet down. Scientists call this ego dissolution, a temporary softening of the boundaries that separate you from the world around you. Research from Imperial College London found that cannabis compounds like THC reduce activity in the brain's default mode network by nearly 30%, which is why many users report feeling more connected to nature, other people, and the universe itself. This explains why ancient Hindu texts describe cannabis as Shiva's gift, because just like the destroyer god, it helps dissolve the illusions that keep us trapped in limited thinking. Modern psychology is now catching up to what mystics have known for centuries. A 2023 study published in Consciousness and Cognition showed that mindful cannabis use can create lasting increases in openness and creativity by helping people break free from rigid thought patterns. Participants reported seeing their problems from new perspectives and feeling more compassion toward themselves and others. This matches exactly with what Buddhist monks experience during deep meditation, that same sense of the observer disappearing, leaving only pure awareness. The secret lies in how cannabis affects our perception of time. Neuroscientists at the University of California discovered that THC alters time perception by changing how the hippocampus processes memories. This explains why minutes can feel like hours during a cannabis experience, and why many users report profound insights about their life's direction.
I hate when this shit happens. Get
Well,
high and it seems like time just fucking dragging ass.
I mean, I suppose that really depends. Like sometimes that moment feeling like it's going for a while is like, you know, laughing, chilling with, the right people.
It just depends on where you at, but most of the time this shit happen to me is somewhere where I don't want to be in the first place. Like I was trying to, man,
Gotcha.
this shit sucks. Like I legit be hating this shit. That's how you gonna come to see my ass do.
Time to go get.
Yeah.
Well, the whole personality.
When time slows down.
Well, I was just gonna say the whole personality changes when you, yeah, as you said, you're physically somewhere you just don't want to be.
Yeah, because if I'm somewhere where I actually want to be, man, time flies. Like in the physical world, time flies, but mentally, nigga.
Yeah.
Last time I looked at my watch, it was 3:00. Look back up, it is 2 a.m. What the fuck?
how we get one of them filters like that, Jack? Shit, how we get my beard like that? That is low.
Man.
We finally have space to see ourselves clearly without the usual mental noise. Ancient Mayan shamans used this effect during vision quests, combining cannabis with rhythmic to enter trance states where they could access higher wisdom. But there's an important warning that comes with this power. Without proper preparation and setting, cannabis can amplify fears instead of dissolving them. A Johns Hopkins study found that about 20% of users experience temporary anxiety, which researchers believe happens when the ego fights against its temporary softening. This is why indigenous traditions always used cannabis within sacred rituals to guide the experience toward healing rather than fear. The modern practice of set and setting, carefully choosing your mindset and environment before using cannabis, comes directly from these ancient wisdom traditions. The profound benefit may be cannabis's ability to help us rewrite our personal stories. Psychologists at UCLA are studying how guided cannabis sessions can help people break free from negative self-concepts formed in childhood. By temporarily quieting the brain's fear centers, cannabis creates a window where old wounds can be seen with new eyes, not as defining truths, but as passing
That's that shit in the weed that Cat Williams referred to as fuck it.
experiences. This may explain why so many spiritual traditions used cannabis in initiation rituals, helping people let go of who they thought they were to discover who they truly are. When used with reverence and purpose, the plant becomes one of the most powerful tools for self-realization ever known to humans. Deep in your brain sits a tiny pinecone-shaped gland that ancient mystics called the third eye. Modern science knows it as the pineal gland, and cannabis may be one of its most powerful activators. This small but mighty gland produces DMT, the so-called spirit molecule, and controls your sleep cycles, intuition, and perception of reality. Research from MIT shows that cannabis compounds interact directly with the pineal gland, enhancing its natural ability to produce visionary states. This explains why many cannabis users report vivid visualizations, heightened intuition, and even precognitive dreams after use. Your third eye is literally waking up. Ancient cultures worldwide understood this connection. The ancient Egyptians depicted the pineal gland in their art as the eye of Horus, and their priests used cannabis-infused oils to anoint this spot on the forehead during initiation rituals. In India, sadhus, holy men, have used cannabis for centuries to enhance their meditations and develop siddhis, supernatural abilities like clairvoyance and telepathy. Modern brain scans now show why this works. Cannabis increases blood flow to the prefrontal cortex by up to 40%, the same area associated with psychic abilities and spiritual visions. A 2022 study from the University of California found that regular cannabis users scored significantly higher on tests of intuition and pattern recognition compared to non-users. But there's a right way and wrong way to activate your third eye with cannabis. Native American shamans would prepare for weeks before using cannabis in vision quests, purifying their body.
Ain't that funny though? Like, again, obviously, I feel like in this day and age, what you hear, you take it with a grain of salt. But depending on how much truth there is to that, man, weed just makes you docile and lazy, and you know what I mean? Like, that it basically kills your brain cells and shit. Where, sounds like perhaps, maybe, if used properly, right intentions and such, not adding shit to it and trying to, be extra, maybe, just maybe, it's doing the opposite.
Yeah, because I normally smoke to be productive. I ain't even gonna lie.
Hmm.
But when I do smoke to be lazy, oh boy.
Yeah. See, that's, you know what, like, really, that's something that I really like about the relationship with weed that I have with it. Because again, you can only speak for yourself, right? I love that,
Preach.
like, I can use it to be motivated. I can use it to calm down. I can use it to help deal with, like, pain and not feeling well type shit. I can use it to, as you said, just, hey, what's Giraffe Pom Pom doing up here? Woo! But yeah, and like, again, like, it's just,
Be high as giraffe ass.
oh, that's a little bit higher.
Yes. That's a little bit high.
I be high as giraffe is.
Man, your ass. Yeah. Sometimes I be touching Jesus' feet.
Man, just trying to get that sandal.
I be up there, man. Ooh, the be the days too, man.
Bodies through fasting and sweat lodges. They understood what science now confirms, that a clean physical vessel allows for clearer spiritual visions. Modern researchers at Johns Hopkins have found that combining cannabis with meditation increases its psychic enhancing effects by nearly 60%. This may explain why so many people report sudden insights about their life path or solutions to long-standing problems during cannabis-enhanced meditation sessions. The most fascinating evidence comes from dream research.
To a damn near therapy session. No.
Hey, man,
so
let the weed guide you, brother.
Like with the whole, like, the insights and growth and dealing with shit and meditation, man, when I tell you, so many, like, along with talk therapy and, you know what I'm saying, other stuff. Yeah, like, definitely the purposeful, like, going to find a quiet space, a warm spot in the sun type shit, and, have the headphones and what have you, and, like, know that I'm about to smoke with nothing else but the intention of, like, calming the mind and fucking stilling the heart and, like, just being centered. Like, that's it. And wherever that, set of, whether it's, 15 minutes, half hour, whatever, wherever that time frame sends me, it sends me.
Mm-hmm.
But, have again that purposefulness, that direction, so fucking different. So different. And it helped a lot dealing with the CPTSD for sure.
Explain. Explain.
Oh, just like, I mean, for me, because obviously, again, you can only speak for yourself. The side effects or the issues, whatever, the different for everybody. For me, I was dealing with flashbacks and shit, a complete like 180 and change of like social comfort. Like, I mean, I played ball all my life, nearly made it professionally, been around people always, dancing on the dance floor in the dance club, picking up, putting it down, all the rest of it. And then all of a sudden start getting flashbacks of childhood shit and, feeling very out of control of like just day to day what I'm thinking about, like how I'm feeling. I fucking stayed inside the house. And then ironically, like I was like dealing with like a little bit of a depressive stint, not labeled CPTSD yet. Then things were going like really, but like started to go like better and better. Got like, first brand new car. It was on like a cheaper lease through the company because I was doing disability work and stuff. Like, was loving my work, was hooping. Obviously, it's gone back a few years, still, still, getting up there, still hooping and having fun. Things were going great. COVID hits, job changes, employment type changes, end up locked in a room, obviously, wherever you live in is where you were stuck at. And the walls were all white, very hospital like, and watching a DMX of all things. Yeah, had my first fucking set of a moment of flashback, and yeah. Anyway, from there to now, there was a lot of therapy and a lot of like, yeah, I'm gonna smoke not gonna smoke to just like bury my head in the sand. I'm a smoke so I can like try to fucking like dig through the crates and like see what's what and kind of can't stop till it's all unturned. And yeah, well, feeling like I've kind of gone through that process now, and yeah, the people are around me stating, brother looks happier, sounds happier, and all the rest. Happy to report, feel happier. Doesn't mean obviously we've spoken offline. Like, there's still a couple of things in life that aren't necessarily going a brother's way, but I mean, how you deal with it, how you choose to look at it, it changes a lot. And yeah, anyway, I know for me to be able to give room to some of those insights and some of those shifts, I needed to like be able to let my like rigid guard down where it's like, it's very easy to get locked into a way of doing things and easy to be hard on yourself, easy to fuck yourself up, you know what I'm saying? Verbally, no one else has to do it. It's just your thoughts, right? Or you can choose to, try to look at shit differently. In a negative situation, like, I mean, I do that through coaching, of course, and if anyone's hooped or played any kind of sport, like, that's just a part of it, right? Like, loss, not getting shit right, failure. And, putting that in different contexts, being able to like slow shit down and manipulate the thought instead of just, being bombarded by them. Yeah, man, that fucking paid dividends. And yeah, as I said, bringing it back to the the part of the video at hand, yeah, the insights and the intention, setting that shit, allowing for those moments to happen, desiring for them to happen. Yeah, things can change. Yes, they can.
I don't want to make it seem like I want to listen to you, but nigga, I am faded.
That's all right. It's recorded. Rewind.
A study published in the Journal of Psychoactive Drugs found that cannabis users who take tolerance breaks experience incredibly vivid and prophetic dreams as their pineal gland rebounds with increased activity. This mirrors exactly what Tibetan Buddhist monks report.
And that is one reason why I make sure I smoke before I go to sleep. I hate dreaming. I don't like it.
Why?
Uh, I don't know. I just don't like this shit.
Hmm. Is it like you just have fucked up dreams or a feel of like experiencing something that doesn't seem like reality or
Nah, I just don't like having dreams.
okay. I actually don't mind them, but I don't often have them. And then like oddly enough, I'll have it feels like the almost half couldn't give you an exact, of course, but like almost half of the dreams that I do have and, get to recall, it's like related to, something going on. But yeah, no, it's not often. Not often at all.
If I do have a dream, that just means I didn't smoke enough before I went to sleep to last me while I sleep.
Well, shit, make sure you roll up another.
I do.
During advanced dream yoga practices, the ability to maintain awareness in the dream state and receive spiritual guidance. Ancient Greek oracles at Delphi were said to use cannabis preparations to enhance their prophetic visions, and now we understand the neuroscience behind this phenomenon. For those seeking to develop their intuition, cannabis can serve as a powerful training tool when used responsibly. Start with small doses in quiet settings. Focus on your third eye area between the eyebrows and pay attention to any images, symbols, or knowings that arise. Keep a journal to track your insights. You may be surprised at how accurate they prove to be over time. Remember that true psychic development requires balance. Just as ancient traditions combined cannabis with meditation and purification, we too must approach this sacred tool with respect and intention. When used wisely, cannabis becomes more than just a plant. It becomes a key to unlocking the vast potential and consciousness. Beneath the surface of your conscious mind lies a vast hidden world psychologists call the shadow. All the parts of yourself you've denied, ignored, or forgotten. Cannabis has a unique ability to bring these hidden aspects into the light, acting like a truth for your soul. A 2023 study from the University of New Mexico found that intentional cannabis use in therapy sessions helped patients access buried memories 40% more effectively than traditional talk therapy alone. This explains why ancient healing traditions from Africa to the Amazon used cannabis in purification rituals, not to escape reality, but to face it with courageous honesty. Modern neuroscience shows how this works at a biological level. THC temporarily reduces activity in the amygdala, the brain's fear center, allowing us to examine painful memories without the usual panic response. At the same time, it enhances connectivity between brain regions, helping us see connections between past experiences and present behaviors. This dual effect creates what psychologists call a window of tolerance, where memories can be processed without overwhelming the system. Research from MAPS, Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies, shows cannabis-assisted therapy produces breakthroughs in just 1 to 3 sessions that might normally take months of conventional therapy. Ancient cultures developed sophisticated systems for this shadow work. The Dagara people of West Africa used cannabis in rituals where community members would mirror back a person's hidden patterns with loving honesty. In India, Ayurvedic practitioners prescribed specific cannabis preparations to help patients release samskaras, deep emotional imprints from past experiences. Today, therapists are rediscovering these ancient approaches. A groundbreaking study from Johns Hopkins in 2022 found that combining cannabis with journaling increased emotional breakthroughs by 65% compared to cannabis use alone. The shadow work process follows a natural rhythm with cannabis. First comes the uncomfortable revelation. Perhaps you suddenly see how you sabotage relationships or understand a childhood wound still affecting you. Then comes the compassionate witnessing. The plant's calming effects help you observe these truths without judgment. Finally comes the integration. As the high fades, you're left with clearer understanding and new choices. Shamans of the Mazatec tradition in Mexico call this process the little death, where old versions of ourselves die so new ones can be born. Modern research confirms cannabis is particularly effective for specific shadow work applications. A University of Washington study found it helps break
Let me
addictive
find
patterns
out. I've
by
been doing
healing their
shadow
emotional
work
roots.
all these years.
Veterans with PTSD report cannabis helps them process memories safely. Even couples in crisis find it unveils hidden relationship dynamics. But the key is intention, approaching the experience as sacred medicine
I
rather
thought I
than
was a
recreation.
ninja.
As psychologist Carl Jung taught, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Cannabis, used wisely, becomes a powerful ally in this liberating work of self-discovery. The most profound healing happens when we combine cannabis with other shadow work tools. Try using it before. Journaling to access deeper truths, art therapy to express buried emotions, or mirror work to practice self-acceptance. Ancient traditions always paired plant medicines with rituals, lighting candles, setting intentions, creating sacred space. These practices signal to your subconscious that it's safe to reveal what's been hidden. When we approach cannabis with this reverence, it becomes more than a drug. It becomes a mirror showing us who we truly are and who we might become. Deep within you flows an invisible river of energy that ancient cultures called many names: prana, chi, or life force. Modern science measures it as bioelectricity moving through your nervous system. Cannabis has a remarkable ability to make this energy flow more powerfully, often creating physical sensations of warmth, tingling, or waves moving through your body. A 2023 study from the University of Arizona found that cannabis increases electrical conductivity in the body by up to 28%, explaining why so many users report feeling energy surges during their experience. This matches exactly with what yoga masters describe as Kundalini awakening, that rising serpent of energy that climbs your spine when spiritual blocks dissolve. Ancient energy workers understood cannabis as a powerful tool for balancing the body's subtle systems. Taoist alchemists in China used cannabis in combination with breathing exercises to stimulate qi flow through meridian pathways. Ayurvedic practitioners in India prescribed specific cannabis preparations to clear blocked nadis energy channels centuries before. Modern science confirmed these pathways exist. Today, researchers at the HeartMath Institute have measured how cannabis can help synchronize your heart rhythm with your brain waves, creating what they call psychophysiological coherence, a state where your entire system vibrates in harmony. The most profound energy effects happen at the chakra centers. A landmark study from Brazil in 2022 used advanced biofeedback devices to show that cannabis significantly increases energy flow at the third eye and crown chakras in 78% of users. This explains the common reports of head pressure or forehead tingling during cannabis use. But there's an important balancing act. While cannabis excels at activating upper chakras, vision, intuition, connection to spirit, it can sometimes disconnect users from their root chakra, grounding, stability, physical presence. This is why indigenous traditions always combined cannabis with grounding practices, walking barefoot on earth, hugging trees, or eating root vegetables after ceremonies. Modern energy healers are rediscovering these ancient applications. Physical therapists report cannabis helps patients become more aware of blocked areas in their bodies during sessions. Reiki practitioners find it amplifies both their ability to sense energy and their clients' ability to feel the healing flow. Even massage therapists notice clients on medical cannabis release muscle tension faster as energy blockages dissolve. But the real magic happens when you combine cannabis with conscious breathwork, a practice now being studied at Stanford University for its ability to induce mystical states. The rhythmic breathing patterns help guide the cannabis-enhanced energy where it's needed most. For those seeking to work intentionally with cannabis for energy awakening, start with small doses in a quiet space. Focus on your breath, moving up your spine with each inhalation. Notice where you feel warmth, tingling, or resistance. These are signs of energy moving or blocked areas needing attention. Ancient yogis would use cannabis before pranayama, breathwork, to amplify its effects, and modern science confirms this combination can produce states of expanded awareness similar to advanced meditation. Remember that energy work with cannabis is about gentle awakening, not forceful pushing. When approached with patience and respect, this sacred plant becomes one of the most powerful tools for experiencing your true nature as pure, flowing energy. The most exciting new research comes from studies on cannabis and the vagus nerve, the body's information superhighway connecting gut, heart, and brain. Scientists now believe many of cannabis's healing effects come from how it stimulates this crucial nerve, which controls relaxation, healing, and spiritual connection. This may explain why so many users report heart-opening experiences and deep feelings of love during their sessions. As we continue bridging ancient wisdom with modern science, we're rediscovering what spiritual traditions always knew: that cannabis at its highest use isn't an intoxicant, but a key to unlocking the vast energetic potential within every being. Many people today use cannabis like a nightly glass of wine, to unwind and check out from reality. But science now reveals this casual approach might be working against your spiritual growth. A 2023 study from the University of Colorado found that daily recreational users showed 22% lower dopamine sensitivity compared to occasional users, making it harder to feel natural joy. Brain scans showed their prefrontal cortex, the area linked to higher thinking and spiritual connection, actually became less active over time with heavy use. This explains why so many regular smokers report feeling spiritually stuck, even while using cannabis frequently. Ancient traditions understood this risk well. The Vedas warned that cannabis could become both medicine and poison depending on how it's used. Modern research confirms their wisdom. While intentional spiritual use can expand consciousness, habitual recreational use often does the opposite. A study tracking 500 long-term users found that those who smoked alone for escapism showed increased anxiety and brain fog, while those who used it mindfully in groups for spiritual purposes reported greater life satisfaction. The difference comes down to three key factors: intention, dosage, and integration. Dopamine plays a crucial role in this spiritual trap. Every time you get high, just in emotions or past time, you're training your brain to rely on external chemicals for relief rather than developing inner peace. Neuroscientists at UCLA found that chronic users who quit reported higher spiritual awareness after just 30 days as their natural dopamine systems reset. This matches ancient purification practices, where seekers would abstain before sacred ceremonies to increase sensitivity. The problem isn't cannabis itself. It's using it as a shortcut rather than a sacrament. The modern world adds another challenge: combining cannabis with unhealthy habits that amplify its draining effects. Research shows that pairing weed with junk food, alcohol, or screen time creates what scientists call energy leakage, a measurable drop in the body's biofield strength. Traditional cultures always combined cannabis with
Show what the fuck I'm feeling right now, nigga. We're catching up with my ass.
I'm not. I'm
beat.
feeling great.
Work is catching up with my ass. I feel beat. I ain't do shit today.
It does look like you living on a prayer on a chair.
Am I? Glad I sped this shit up.
nature, meditation, or creative expression, activities that raise vibration rather than lower it. A 2022 study found that users who replaced TV time with nature walks, while high reported 60% more spiritual experiences and lasting positive effects. There's good news. This trap can be escaped. Start by noticing why you reach for cannabis. Is it to avoid feelings or to deepen them? To escape reality or understand it more clearly? Even small changes make big differences. Try replacing one habitual smoke session per week with an intentional practice. Cannabis-enhanced yoga, journaling, or stargazing. Research shows that just this simple shift begins rewiring the brain within weeks toward more spiritual use patterns. The plant hasn't changed, but your relationship with it transforms completely when you move from to conscious participant in your own awakening. Deep in ancient Egyptian temples, priests performed a secret cannabis ritual so powerful it could permanently alter consciousness. Recent archaeological discoveries reveal these ceremonies followed precise astrological timing, using specific strains we now know are high in THCV, a rare compound that enhances focus and spiritual clarity. Modern science confirms what Thoth's followers knew. When cannabis is used with exact intention at the right moment, it can create lasting neural changes. A 2023 study published in Nature Neuroscience found that single, high-dose spiritual experiences with cannabis created new neural pathways that remained active months later, unlike regular recreational use. The ritual's power comes from its unique combination of elements. First came 24 hours of fasting, now proven to increase cannabinoid receptor sensitivity by up to 40%. Then came the burning of sacred resins like frankincense, whose molecules interact with cannabis to enhance spiritual effects. Most importantly, participants would stare at a flickering oil lamp while chanting specific tones. A practice neuroscience shows synchronizes brain waves between the visual cortex and prefrontal lobe. Researchers at the University of Cairo recreated this ritual with volunteers and found 80% reported permanent increases in intuition and life satisfaction after just one session. What makes this different from ordinary cannabis use? Modern brain imaging reveals the answer. During Thoth's ritual, the plant compounds work with heightened brain states to create what neurologists call persistent memory engrams, permanent imprints of expanded awareness. Regular smoking creates temporary effects, but this ceremonial approach rewires the default mode network long-term. Israeli scientists studying similar ancient Hebrew rituals found participants' brain scans showed meditation-like patterns even when sober, proving the experience had fundamentally changed their resting neural state. The timing of the ritual holds equal importance. Egyptian priests always performed it during either the new moon or full moon, when the Earth's electromagnetic field is most active. NASA studies now show these lunar phases affect brain chemistry, making neural pathways more receptive to change. Combining this natural window with cannabis creates what shamans call a doorway moment, when temporary expanded states can become permanent traits. Contemporary practitioners who follow the lunar timing report 70% stronger effects.
I'm sorry, say what?
I said, if your head falls off of your hand, I'm gonna laugh.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Just like from the camera angle, it just looked like you slouched and like just holding on for dear life.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Compared to random timing, according to a 2022 meta-analysis.
I done got over that little man.
No, okay.
Analysis of spirit cannabis use. For modern seekers, the ritual can be adapted safely. Begin with a daylight fast, only water and herbal teas. At sunset, create a sacred space with intentional objects, crystals, meaningful symbols, or written questions. Use a high CBD strain to balance the experience. Light a single candle and gaze softly at its flame while breathing deeply. As the cannabis takes effect, focus on one burning life question. The combination of plant medicine, focused intention, and rhythmic breathing creates the perfect conditions for what Thoth called the permanent awakening. When a single, sacred experience continues unfolding its wisdom long after the ceremony ends. The greatest spiritual secret about cannabis isn't what it gives you during the experience, it's what it shows you about your sober potential. Neuroscience now confirms that after profound cannabis experiences, your brain retains a memory of higher states that you can consciously access. A 2023 University of California study found that participants who combined cannabis with meditation could later recreate those expanded states 60% more easily, even when completely sober. This explains why ancient tradition used cannabis as a training tool rather than a crutch, to demonstrate what consciousness is capable of achieving naturally. Your body already produces its own cannabis-like compounds called endocannabinoids. Research shows that certain practices can boost these naturally. Deep breathing increases anandamide, the bliss molecule, by up to 150%, according to studies from the National Institutes of Health. Sunlight exposure triggers the same CB1 receptors that THC activates. Even certain foods like dark chocolate, black pepper, and hemp seeds contain compounds that gently support your endocannabinoid system. The ancient yogic practice of Tritaka, candle gazing, creates similar neural patterns to cannabis use by synchronizing your brain waves. A 2022 German study showed it increases alpha waves by 38%, matching the effects of mild THC exposure. The real secret lies in what neuroscientists call state-dependent learning. When cannabis shows you a more peaceful, connected way of being, your nervous system remembers that pathway. Each time you consciously choose that state while sober, through meditation, breathwork, or sacred movement, you strengthen those neural connections. A groundbreaking study from Massachusetts General Hospital found that former cannabis users who practiced mindfulness developed stronger, awakened brain patterns than when they were regularly using the plant. This proves what spiritual masters always taught. The plant is just the finger pointing at the moon, not the moon itself. Modern spiritual teachers are developing powerful ways to download the cannabis experience into daily life. The 5-5-5 method, 5 minutes of meditation upon waking, 5 minutes of conscious breathing before meals, and 5 minutes of gratitude before bed, has been shown to maintain elevated states as effectively as occasional cannabis use. Forest bathing, spending time in nature, increases your natural cannabinoids while grounding your energy. Japanese researchers
I passed on them. I ain't doing no damn forest bathing. Yeah.
Well,
About you want to bathe
the
in the
dark
forest?
in my brain heard healthy to be in the forest, and then the people that they named. Yep, that's all. Can we keep it
found
moving, please?
20 minutes
please,
among
please.
trees provides similar stress reduction to a mild cannabis experience. Even simple activates your vagus nerve with the same calming effect as CBD. The ultimate goal isn't to need any substance, but to become the experience itself. As you practice these natural methods, you'll notice something remarkable.
Yo, my
The boundaries
man's
between
middle
high
finger
and sober
is
begin to blur.
elongated.
What started as a cannabis-induced state of presence becomes your new normal. This is the true gift of spiritual cannabis use, not temporary escape, but permanent awakening. The plant's greatest lesson is that enlightenment was never about what you take into your body, but what you awaken within your consciousness. By using cannabis, as the ancient teachers intended, as a sacred mirror rather than a daily habit, you honor true purpose, to remind you that the peace you seek was inside you all along. So here we are at the end of our journey together, standing at a crossroads. You now hold ancient wisdom, backed by modern science. Cannabis can be a powerful spiritual tool, or just another way to check out from life. The difference isn't in the plant, but in your hands and heart. Studies show that people who use cannabis with clear intention report life-changing benefits, while those who use it casually often feel stuck. This isn't about right or wrong. It's about what you truly want for your awakening. Remember what we've discovered. Your brain can access higher states naturally. Cannabis just shows you the way. Those magical moments of connection and clarity you felt while high, they're always available to you. Scientists prove that simple practices like mindful breathing, time in nature, and meditation can recreate those states over time. The secret isn't in smoking more. It's in taking what the plant teaches you and living it when you're sober. As you move forward, ask yourself one question. Will you use cannabis as a teacher or as an escape? Your answer shapes everything. Maybe you'll try Thoth's ritual under the next full moon. Maybe you'll take a break to reset your natural sensitivity. Or maybe you'll simply approach your next session with more reverence. Whatever you choose, do it with eyes wide open. The most powerful truth is this. Everything cannabis shows you already exists within you. The peace, the connection, the love, they're your true nature. The plant is just reminding you what's possible. Now it's your turn to live that truth, with or without cannabis. Your awakening was never in the smoke. It's in the choices you make after the smoke clears. If this journey spoke to you, pay it forward. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe if you...
So I think I onto some shit by accident in my life that was surmised, in bits and pieces there. And I tend to agree with most of what was said.
I do too. I do too. I didn't. That's why I really didn't stop it like that. I didn't see nothing to really just debate, talk about, or my
Back and
experience.
forth on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kitty, you got anything aside from the giggles? Yeah, no. Everybody seems to be on par with it. If anything, I would say, yeah, like it's irritating that the legal system hasn't just done what it needs to do with this shit already. Especially seeing as though the current, forget like what they said in the past, the current studies show what they show. And yeah, there's been a lot of people in many countries locked the fuck up for, you know, a little plant. And that being undone and people being able to have access to it without fear of getting, tickets, fines, and all the rest. Or even like people holding their nose up at you, right? Like, oh, you smoke the devil's ganja. How could you? It's like, Satan's lettuce. Yeah, man. Tired of that shit. I know I was just being backwards. Let me alone. Kitty try to pick on me. Let me say one thing wrong.
I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm finna go eat
Thank
me
you.
a goddamn
Thank you.
fudge round and call it a night. We'll catch y'all on Thursday's show.
That's my
We'll be
Friday.
coming back to y'all again on Friday, which is his Saturday. But like always, coming through on YouTube, like, share, comment, subscribe, and we will catch you beautiful people next time. Is there anything else you would like to say?
Love, peace, and chicken grease.